Well, happy Tuesday to everybody. I did have my Monday off. I actually did some work. I know I wasn't supposed to, but I did. But it was a good day, and I was able to get some much needed rest. And I hope and I pray that you were able to get that over the weekend, or that you still carve out that time during your week to do that as well. That's so important to keep that Sabbath rest going. Uh, but hey, I'm back, and I hope you're all doing well as this reaches you. I was speaking with a family member the other day, and this family member loves going through my astrology sign. I am an Aquarius. I don't know what that means. I was born in January sometime. That's all I know. But apparently, astrology is more than just that sign. It's where is the moon and where is Mars, and was your Mars in Capricorn? And I'm like, I don't know what this stuff is. But this family member was talking to me about all these things, and I was like, yeah, I don't really get into astrology. Astronomy, definitely. Astrology, not so much. So I was kind of having fun and arguing with this person. But they said something that really struck home. And they said, under this sign and this sign, these people are really overly optimistic, or these are really optimistic people. Maybe not quite the words that they use, but I heard that, and I was like, well, yeah, that's kind of me. I kind of am an eternal optimist. And I just kind of wanted to share that with you today. I'm the one who a lot of times looks for the good in the bad that might be surrounding things. I'm the one who says, okay, well, this isn't going to last forever. Surely it'll get better. Even if it doesn't get better, it changes and morphs into maybe something different. But then again, there's a lot of opportunity in this new thing. So let's get in there and let's engage it and let's see what we can do with it. It's going to be really, really cool. And it's going to be okay. I guess is the bottom line in a lot of these things that I think about with this eternal optimism. I'm not really sure where I got this from, and because I'm not always optimistic up front, but when I stop and think about things, I do get optimistic. And when you look around the world and you see division after division and fighting and all these other things going on, you just look at it and go, well, we're done. Here comes Armageddon. Let's end the world and just be done with it. And I'm the one sitting back going, no, 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 wait. If we work together, then maybe this. If we take these things seriously, then maybe this. Or perhaps we could get together and do these things. And I think I drive people crazy a little bit with that too as well, my eternal optimism. But I think that's one of those things in my life that really keeps me going when I am just everything's falling apart around my life. And if I can see that optimistic piece just sitting out there somewhere, for me, that gives me hope. And all I need sometimes is a little bit of hope and a little bit of seeing the world in a little bit of a different way to get a different perspective on it to say, okay, fine. You know what? We're living through this stuff. We're dealing with all this garbage around our lives, but there's something over here that I can look forward to. Then I figure out a way to say, well, how can I allow you to see this so that we can see the hope and that we can move forward to a better tomorrow? Eternal optimism in the face of pessimism, in the face of everything else. I think it's a much needed trait, I guess, and maybe I need to rely upon it even more right now. And maybe I haven't been. I don't really know. I wasn't really thinking about it until my family member said this thing to me. But I do like to see the rainbow, right? I like to see the silver lining in any and all situations, and I like to see what good could possibly come out of this in a very positive way, by the way. um, I'm thinking, this has happened, these things are going on, change is inevitable in our lives, this happens all the time, and change is one of those things where it really draws people down, especially change in the church. We don't like change. We've been doing it the same way for 50 years. Why change? But when change does come around, it just becomes an opportunity to do something in a new and different way. Might even be a really better way to do something. Who knows? Let's give it a try. And really, I think my optimism comes from It comes from Christ. It comes from God, to be really honest with you there. Because when everything's going on, you see Jesus looking at the good side of people, like all the time, right? He's seeing situations and he's saying, like, you know what? We've got this, but we have hope. We have one another. We have God on our side, and why not have hope, right? We can let the world crush us and crush us, our dreams, and kill our dreams, or we can say, no, I am not going to let the world crush my dreams because I have hope. I'm optimistic because I have this amazing God who I can pull alongside me at any given time and say, God, please get me through this stuff. And God never, ever, ever lets us down. That's where my hope comes from. That's why I think I'm optimistic. Because if God can change my mind on this and help me with this, he can help all of us with everything. It's really cool. I'm going to read some scriptures on a different screen over here, so I'm going to turn this way for a second. But out of Jeremiah 17:7, it says, blessed is the man who trusts the Lord and who trusts is the Lord. Okay? Blessed is the man who trusts in the Lord and whose trust is the Lord. I trust God with everything. So there's my hope. No matter what happens to me today or tomorrow, God's with me. So with God with me, nothing is impossible, right? I can do anything along with God's with me, and I know God's with me, so why not look for the positives that's going to happen tomorrow? That's kind of my attitude. And in Micah 7:7, it says, but as for me, I will watch expectantly for the Lord. I will wait for the God of my salvation. My God will hear me. I love those words. I will watch expectantly for the Lord, like we're excited. Like when you get home and your dog's jumping on you and go, right? Expectantly waiting on God. And when God shows up, I'm like, yay, God's here, God's here. And then there's hope. And that's where I get my optimism from, that today's going to be a better day. The situation will get better. Tomorrow will be a grand, grand, wonderful day because of God and all of us in it as well. Optimism. I don't know if you're optimistic. I don't know, but I'm just encouraging you today to maybe take a look at these things. And sometimes I don't believe I'm optimistic, but I find that I tend to be eternally optimistic. And you know what? That's not really a bad thing. So maybe I encourage you today to look at yourself and see where in the world and how in the world can you see things in a more optimistic way. Where is the hope out there? It's out there. It really is. Don't say it's not, because it is. I'm optimistic. But look for that. And if you look hard enough, and not even really that hard probably, you're going to see the hope and that you might be optimistic for a better tomorrow as well. All right, I'm going long again today. I'm doing that a lot lately. You all take care. Have a great and amazing week, and we will talk to you all soon. Take care now. Bye.